welcome to this Mark's Reviews and Tutorials video. Doing an oil change here on my 20D. This is a B47 2-litre diesel BMW engine. Oil filter back there. And I've come to the point where I'm putting the oil in, and this time around I found it really difficult to get hold of the right oil. I'll show you what I'm using this in the past. I was able to get it locally at a good price. This is 5W30. Now when it comes to BMWs, petrol or diesel, 5W30 for most of the motors is what you want. Certainly anything post 2005, that's just the one they want. And again, there's another one about what oil for your BMW. I'll put a link up here to that video to talk about different temperature climates and that sort of stuff where you're at. This video is about what to use for your diesel. If you have a look at these two here, Newlon's an Australian brand. You probably won't have this all over the world. Full synthetic 5W30, full synthetic 5W30. The difference, this is also okay for diesel engines. If you look at this one here, 5W30, full synthetic, and again, it's saying suitable for petrol and light diesel vehicles. Now, a lot of the diesel oils are actually thicker, 10W40, 5W40, 1050. They're thicker oils and they are not okay in your BMW. It's very, very important that you put a thin enough oil in. With the diesel, the question then becomes, okay, can I just put this in? The non-specific diesel one. This talks about E10, E85, LPG, different fuel types you can use. The same as this starts off with it, but also diesels, and the same with this. This is diesel specific. It is still a spec for petrol, but it's diesel specific. And the big thing you got to actually cater for, have a look at this one over here, is this DPF, the diesel particulate filter compatible. You got to make sure your oil can handle that. Diesel is different. There's a lot more soot gets in, and it's got this DPF, and that's a very big thing for your oil to fit as well. So the simple answer is, again, this is, you see here, full synthetic 5W30 multi-vehicle, but DPF and diesel here, petrol, LPG, hybrid, and diesel. There is, for a diesel truck, specific diesel oil, but we've got ourselves a BMW, so it needs a thin oil, low emissions, high efficiency engine, but still a diesel. So this is the one you need to head for. So 5W30. Now, the BMW stuff is all about long life. The LL specification, that's long life. I've heard from so many BMW mechanics, and it's just all over the forums. If you want your BMW to last, diesel or petrol or anything else, you need to be changing your oil every 10,000 kilometers, which is about 6,000 or 7,000 miles. That just comes up again and again and again as cheap insurance. It stops it from sludging, not sledging. It's super important that you change every 10,000 Ks, and that is going to save you so many problems. The whole BMW, it has to be BMW LL. If you're going for the long drain intervals, for the long life, you are spot on. It does. If you're going to be changing your oil in a 10,000 period, now I'm not going to tell you what you can and can't do with the engine. Look that up with some scientists. But if you're only going to have it in there for 10,000 Ks, it doesn't have to be long life. If you're going to sell your car, you got to make sure you put the long life in if someone's going to go for a longer oil drain period. So the LL spec and the BMW spec often is about long life. I'm not giving you advice what you can and can't do. Work that out for yourself. But because I'm changing every 10,000 Ks, I don't put myself under pressure that it has to be long life oil, because in my cars, it's not going to last that long. 10,000 Ks and it's out. So there you go. For your diesel, 5W30, and it does have to say diesel or DPF compatible or something on there. If you've got an oil that's got everything else, it's 5W30. It's full synthetic. Don't go part synthetic. Part synthetic only needs to be like 5% synthetic. It's got to be full synthetic. It's got to be 5W30. And if it's going in a diesel, that needs to be mentioned that it's okay for diesels as well.